Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds. I'm your fastest IRAQI dinar somewhere in that. How are you? My thumbnail is me out on the porch because I needed some vitamin D because the rain the last couple days, like, ugh. So anyways, I just wanted to get this done early this afternoon so I can take the afternoon off. So please subscribe, tap the bell if you want accurate detail. The Handle Forex, the Iraqi dinar has been on Handle Forex. I told everybody that as of June 8th. We broke that news because of my intel sources that shall remain anonymous from here on out. The IQD on Handle Forex is 127. That is on Handle Forex to IQD 127. And we believe, according to the intel, that's what's running the Iraqi dinar banking system. It is actually run, it's digital, so are their walls that protect them from the 6 countries they're inside of. Also, or surrounded by. Also, they're going to have biometric voting. That's an all digital system and it's run by AI. So that's why they're secure and stable. And this being digital is ready to connect with the U.S. banks. The U.S. banks also are too. That's where the Genius legislation, the cryptos, the World Liberty Financial just did their own stable coin. Bank of America did a deal with Ripple to use their RLUSD. And JP Morgan, who has a lot of the branches in Iraq, they did a deal with Coinbase to do USDC. Those are all stable coins that are required to run these new banking systems. You can't get away from it. They're here. World Liberty Financial launched their own on September 1st on Labor Day. So these banks are ready to go. The Iraqi dinar banks are ready to go. So why hasn't it gone? Why can't you trade USD to IQD? Why isn't it showing on Forex now? Well, I think we have the other piece thanks to Mr. T, who was on our Zoom on the last week of August. He was our Zoom. There's only been 2 Zooms since then. It was Mondays and then Labor Day we were off, and then the Monday before that. He came on and he said, you didn't see the article? He is a Forex trader. He's made a lot of money in Forex. He predicted when the Swiss franc would depeg from the euro dollar and made $700,000 in about 3 minutes. He used discernment outside the traditional banking system. That's why he became a member of my channel, because he uses discernment like I do. He gave us an article, and I've profiled it several times, so I'm not going to go into the article, but what God led me to do this morning on my live stream, we talked in detail. My live stream is in 2 parts. Something happened in the middle, who cares? It referenced an Albayan Center that did a report December of 2024 that gave them the executive summary on Forex. That executive summary reads like this. Hold on. That executive summary reads... Apologize. It reads like this. I have profiled it before. I will put a picture as a post so you can look at it yourself, because I always prefer you to read it yourself. But it referenced the Albayan Center. So on my live stream, which is already up, I was led to do the research on the report that they got these details from. And it's worth it if you just give me a second. Okay, it was August 25th. That's the day he was on our live stream, so you could look at that Zoom. If you're a member, at least at the Miracle Manifestation level, you can see that Zoom. You won't be able to view yesterday's Zoom. Here it is. So it's the FXVU strategic release memo, where it said had a rate of 481.01. Militiaman will refer to it as the rear rate. That is it. 481.01 IQD anchor and post Forex convergence. There was an executive summary that said this memo confirms that the Iraqi dinar is fully armed for public rate visibility at 481.01 with active infrastructure integration, live suppression staging, and institutional level confirmation via the Albayan Center 2024 white paper, which I looked up. I've got it pulled up. The rate is suppressed but loaded across all FXVU telemetry layers. That's their new digital system on the Forex. The presence of the IQD on active Forex platforms confirms that institutional infrastructure is engaged. Release is now dependent solely on coordinated political timing optics. Well, I've told you before, because of my background with Pricewaterhouse and being an auditor on the partner track, auditing global companies, being in a lot of different projects through my auditing experience, and then hopping out and getting jobs with global companies, being offered their chief financial officer position. I'm very aware of how marketing works, how a country has to market itself, also how they market it to the public. So I looked up this Albanian Center white paper, and here's what it said. Albanian Center for Studies and Planning has issued the 20th edition of its renowned periodical, Albanian Monitor. This publication focuses on tracking key topics explored by leading global think tanks and research institutions, particularly in relation to Iraq. This edition features a comprehensive review of developments during November of 2024, including studies and research papers published by leading think tanks from the United States, Europe, Turkey, Iran, and other regional actors. Again, think tanks. Think in the U.S., you heard of Dr. Jan Halper. She went around Rumble and everybody was having her on. She admitted she was part of a think tank of 12 individuals in the U.S. government that tracks the sentiments of the people and crafts the message. She's part of a think tank. That's an example. So this is what they reference, that it's based on. What did I say? What did this say? Release is now dependent solely on coordinated political timing optics. Political timing optics, like who's in charge of the United States, who's in charge of the World Economic Forum, who's in charge of all these institutions that you're not even sure if you're here in the U.S. Who's in charge of what? You're not even sure anything. They want to keep. It's coordinated political timing. So is it time? I believe it is, because the Holy Spirit told me it is. He's the one who led me to do that. Now having said that, giving you that information, handle Forex right now is 127. Again, that's not comparable to USD. That is on handle Forex. Then we go over to what everybody else is saying. So that's my 2 cents based on my unique intel sources. How do you like them apples? Please subscribe and tap the bell. I focus on truth, facts, and optimism. Now you've got, the first one up is Pimpy. Iraq has got to find a way to generate some non-oil revenue because they're really hurting. This is why I say, no, their currency is not stable. No, their economy is not stable. Well, he is going in direct contradiction to all the articles out of Iraq that I got from our military sources that said the exact opposite. The World Health Organization, the World Bank, the United Nations, everybody has said Iraq is secure and stable. So he's saying it's no. Then he's saying their economy is not stable. Well, the CBI recognized that. That's why they their launch is imminent of something. I went through all those articles. I don't have time to go through it now because this is my summary. So he said they're relying so much on the sale of oil. Anyways, I'm not even going to go any further with that. Let's drop down to what Militiaman says. These guys have 150 billion barrels of oil. They're talking about artificial intelligence. Again, artificial intelligence is running this system and the other banking systems that everybody's on. The AI is going to run them all. He says they're talking about artificial intelligence is going to need that. The energy that's needed is really going to be required to be able to take care of people if they want to have artificial intelligence, medicines, pharmaceuticals. How about the banking systems are all artificial intelligently run? Plastics, cars, everything you make is a derivative. Is it going away? No, this planet is going to keep growing. That's Frank 26. We keep saying everything is set up for the new rate to come out. And the e-wallet is just another example of that. I did that article in detail. We got that article on Thursday. They said it was just as important as June 8th, digital. Guys, they know more, but they're being very quiet right now, like a lot of people are. So this is my summary. Please subscribe and tap the bell. We keep saying everything is set up for the new rate to come out, and the e-wallet is just another example of that. They can go into their country. They can go out of their country. They couldn't do that before. Why is it they can go in their country and go out of their country at lightning speed? So everybody's thinking it's already done, right? Or the time is at least closer than it's ever been. If you agree it's closer than it's ever been, comment down below. How long have you been in it? Comment down below. I've been in it going 13 years as of June. Mark Z, question. So should we go to banks or redemption centers to exchange? He said redemption centers are redeeming banks. They are specially trained to exchange foreign currencies and take care of us all. Look at the pinned comment down below. I'll teach you how to find a bank in your area ahead of time. Well, probably not ahead of time, because if you call your banks now, you could screw it up for all of us, so don't do that. Frank 26, we're waiting for the new exchange rate, whereas before we were looking at things that were happening and developing. As of the 19th of the last month, we've been waiting. To be in that waiting phase, that's good. That means an end result. Claire said, article, expert banking reforms are necessary to enhance financial stability One quote, the global consulting firm Oliver & Wyman is implementing a strategic plan aimed at enhancing financial stability, diversifying the gradually transitioning from a cash to a digital economy. She's way behind. Guys, Oliver & Wyman's been in Iraq for 2 years. I remember when they were hired because I read the report to you. I read the article that Iraq put out about that. They chose Oliver & Wyman. Meanwhile, Ernst & Young has been auditing the government of Iraq for at least 3 years. And then there was another article that finally became public, K2 Integrity. They are also there. Our military sources told us that over 2 years ago. We've been reporting on it specifically because I've gone through all the detailed articles coming out of Iraq that is pertinent to this. Mark Z said the HCL has had more than one reading already. In his opinion, it could go within a day. Lots of rumors that oil is flowing and things were signed and they are moving forward, but consider it all rumors for as of now. Militiaman Al Sudani could be in Washington sometime in this month. It's in print. He could also be in New York because they're all meeting there September 22nd to be at a UN meeting. Sudani's going to be there. Trump's going to be there. I don't know. All I know is you cannot yet go to the bank. These systems are ready. They're all run by AI. They just haven't connected on that Forex preliminary platform, but they're poised to go, waiting on the correct political optical timing. So you play a role in it. So if you believe it's done, comment down below. I believe it's done. It was 11:11 when I officially finished. I love you all. Please join us. I will not be live tonight or any other night this week because it's my birthday on Friday, but I was live this morning. I went through a lot of detail, and this is a special day. It's a 999 portal. If you're aware of that, put 999 down below. Please help us manifest this. Visualize it today. It will help. God bless. I'll see you later. Bye.